There's a common story that happens to students all over the world. Someone sits down to study, motivated and ready. They open their textbook, grab a highlighter, and start marking important parts. They reread the material, maybe even rewrite some notes. It feels like progress. They think they're learning. But a few days later, or even the very next day, it's like they never studied at all. The information is gone, completely forgotten. At this point, many people blame themselves. They say things like, "I'm just not smart enough. My memory is terrible." But here's the truth. The problem isn't you. It's your method of studying. No one ever taught you how to learn. You were only taught in school how to study. And that's not the same thing. There is a big difference between studying and learning. Most of us have been trained to study passively. We read, we highlight, we recognize information and assume we've understood it. But real learning is active. It involves challenging your brain to recall, explain, and connect ideas, not just recognize them on a page. In Japan, students are taught with a very different approach. It's not just because of culture, it's backed by science. In 2011, Japanese high schoolers participated in the Trends in International Mathematics and Science Study, a global exam comparing education systems. Japan ranked among the highest in math and science. But here's the twist. They studied less than many Western students. Wait, what? How do you score higher? By studying less? The answer lies not in how much time they spend, but how they use it. Because unlike most of us, Japanese students don't just study to feel busy, they study to remember. They follow methods rooted in centuries of cultural wisdom, neuroscience, and something more powerful: intentionality. They're not born smarter. They just use better learning techniques. Let's break down those techniques and show you how you can use them too. The method of Mokuteki Gakushuu, purposeful learning. Why are you studying? If your answer is to pass the test, your brain treats the information as temporary. It puts it in short-term storage. But when your learning has purpose, when it's connected to your goals, dreams, or future, your brain treats it as important. That's Mokuteki Gakushuu, learning with intention. Japanese students often study not just to get a grade, but to understand, grow, and prepare for life. Try this. Before you study, ask yourself, why does this matter to me? How will this help my future? How can I use this knowledge in real life? When learning has purpose, your brain holds on to it longer. Kaite Oboeru method. Most students look at their notes and think, I remember this. But recognizing information is not the same as being able to recall it. Kaite Oboeru means write to remember. It's a Japanese technique where students write down everything they can remember without looking at their notes. This is known in science as active recall, one of the most powerful learning methods. When you try to remember something from memory, even if you struggle, your brain forms stronger connections. Each time you recall it, it becomes easier the next time. Try this. Close your book. Take a blank sheet of paper. Write down everything you know about a topic. Then open the book and check what you missed. Fill in the gaps. Repeat later. You're not just reviewing, you're training your brain to remember. Recall builds memory. Recognition doesn't. The method of Bokyaku Kyokusen, the forgetting curve. Have you ever wondered why you can understand something today and forget it tomorrow? That's not your fault. It's how the brain works. In the 1800s, a psychologist named Hermann Ebbinghaus discovered the forgetting curve. It shows how quickly we forget information over time, unless we review it. Japanese students use a technique called spaced repetition to beat this curve. They review the same information multiple times, but at specific intervals. This helps move the knowledge from short-term to long-term memory. How to space your reviews. First review, right after you learn it, day 1. Second review, a few days later, day 3. Third review, a week later, day 7. Fourth review, 2 weeks later, day 14. And so on. Each review resets the forgetting curve, making your memory stronger and longer lasting. Apps like Anki and Quizlet use this method, but you don't need software. Just plan your reviews wisely. Don't cram. Space your learning. Repetition works, but timed repetition transforms memory. There's a Japanese saying, "Oshieru koto wa manabu koto," which means to teach is to learn. This method is also known as the Feynman Technique. It means that if you can't explain something in simple terms, you don't really understand it. Japanese students often teach what they learn to classmates, tutors, or even themselves. When you teach, you have to organize your thoughts, find gaps in your understanding, simplify complex ideas. That's where real learning happens. Try this. Pretend you're teaching a 12-year-old kid. Explain the topic out loud, from memory. If you get stuck, that's okay. Go back and review. Then try again. If you can teach it, you know it. Kaizen method. In many places, students are told to go hard or go home. Late-night cramming. All-nighters. Mental burnout. But in Japan, many students live by Kaizen, the idea of improving through small daily progress. They don't wait for motivation or big study days. They show up consistently, even if only for 20 to 30 minutes. And that's where the magic happens. You don't need hours of exhausting study. You need a little bit of focused, intentional practice every day. Small efforts repeated daily lead to mastery. Try this. Choose one topic. Study it for just 25 focused minutes using active recall. Do that every day for a week. You'll be shocked at how much you remember. The method of kakikake. Japanese students often use multimodal learning, a method where they write, speak, and think all at the same time. This technique strengthens memory by using different parts of your brain. Writing activates motor memory. Speaking activates auditory memory. Seeing your notes activates visual memory. It's like engraving knowledge into your brain from multiple angles. Try this. Write down a concept by hand. Then read it aloud. Then try explaining it from memory, out loud. You're not just studying, you're building deep, long-lasting memory networks. Zettai Gukaku method. In Japan, many students prepare for extremely competitive university exams. This pressure gives them a deep sense of focus and motivation. They call it Zettai Gukaku, the absolute determination to succeed. It's not about stress, it's about having a clear goal and a powerful why. When learning is tied to a meaningful purpose, something you deeply care about, your brain works harder to remember. Try this. Ask yourself, why do I want to succeed? What dream or goal is this study helping me reach? Who am I doing this for? Your reason fuels your effort, and your effort strengthens your memory. You don't have a bad memory. You're not broken. You've just been taught the wrong way to learn. The truth is, your brain is incredible. It's built to grow, remember, and connect ideas. You just need the right tools, the right methods, the right habits, the right purpose. Forget cramming. Forget doubting yourself. Stop believing the lie that you're not smart enough. Instead, start learning like the Japanese students. Study less. Remember more. If you try these techniques, soon your problem won't be forgetting. It'll be forgetting how to forget.